In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and there's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just wanna pass on the info. You could do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the show. This is the Tech Zone. I'm Paul Amadeus Lane. Thank you so much for tuning in here on ABC News Radio, KMED, all the other formats that you listen and watch the show. I am completely honored and humble when you tune in to listen to me. Now, it's been a few weeks since I've done a show. And the reason why is because I did not want to come across as being tone deaf during these very troubling and trying times in which we are living in. I know we oftentimes use entertainment and media as an outlet, but sometimes, just for me personally, I feel that if I'm posting things, if I am releasing shows, that I'm not paying attention to the pain and the hurt that people have out there. So for me personally, this is what I decided to do. And before we bring on our guest today and talk about the world of tech and some pretty cool and innovative things out there, I wanted to talk about a quality out there that we can display when people are hurting, when things are affecting those around us. And that quality is empathy. And when you think of the word empathy, what comes to your mind? Well, no doubt you may think of maybe feeling sorry for what a person is going through, feeling bad when someone is suffering. But to me, empathy goes a lot deeper than what we think empathy is. Sometimes we confuse empathy with sympathy, but to me, empathy means feeling your pain in my heart. And sad to say, we may not have this quality in us. Case in point, when you look at the tragic events that transpired a few weeks ago with George Floyd, when you saw that, what went through your mind? Did you feel his pain in your heart if you watched that video? Did you think, what if that officer had his knee on my neck and back, and I'm telling him that I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And at that moment, we're thinking, he's going to let me breathe. He's hearing me that I can't breathe. He's going to move his knee and I'll be able to breathe. But then minutes passed. You're still having that difficulty breathing. What are the thoughts going through your mind? Are you thinking, am I ever going to see my family again? Am I ever going to see my kids again? Is this it? But it's sad, friends. It's sad that some are incapable of showing empathy. And this could be because of the way they were raised, maybe things that they have went through in their life, and they are void of that marvelous quality of empathy, of putting yourself in another person's shoes and thinking, how would I deal with that? How would I process that in my mind? When it comes to empathy, though, life has a humbling effect on all of us, even ones who are not able to display empathy and understand where people are coming from during this time. And that is, our life can change in a minute. The same person who is not able to display or show empathy, you will be in need of empathy one day. And it's my hope and my prayer that ones will show you empathy even though you did not display it. And as I look through social media, because of work and because of my career, I have to look at social media for stories, for different things out there, to really take the pulse of what's going on. And some of the lack of empathetic comments that I have seen during this time, it's shocking. And maybe it shouldn't shock me, because we live in a world where ones don't display love, ones don't care, and you know me, I'm a avid Bible reader. I have faith in God's word, and it tells us that it tells us that these are things that we're going to experience and be able to observe during this time. But when you see it, it still shocks you. And to me, it's crazy just how the lack of humanity that's out there, and it shouldn't, but when we see it, it does, because we are human. So in closing, as I wrap up the beginning of the show, I just want to leave you with empathy and what that means. When you are taking your last breath, or when someone's taking their last breath and you're putting yourself in that person's shoes, how your life will flash before your eyes. It makes you think. And if you have a problem with showing empathy, please learn that quality. Put yourself in another person's shoes. You'll feel much better when you display empathy towards ones, because you'll look for ways to try to help ones out there, offer that comfort, offer that support during this time, not adding to the drama, to the lack of human decency that we see out there. All right, well, it feels good to be back doing a new show after some very, very trying times, and I hope that I never come across as being insensitive during very challenging times that we all are going through as we reflect a lot of things. When we get back, we're going to talk about how one organization is using technology to really help out in the area that ones in a particular community are so dependent on. So we look forward to having you back right after these messages. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you all. Be right back.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul, Amadeus, laying in the tech zone.